Collins up to the mic. Can we give her a...
Thank you so much, Ms. Redmond. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon now. So grateful for this opportunity to speak to you today, and I just want us to take a minute and clap it up for Ms. Regina Patillo for even allowing this to be dropped in her heart to minister to young women. Let's just give that. Now, what I want each of us in the room to do, I just want you to look around again, as she said, at the person sitting next to you. And I just want you to whisper to that lady sitting next to you. Just whisper. Say, I love you. Just whisper that. Whisper it just a little louder. I want to hear it. I love you. It's so good. Now I want you to do something else. I want you to look at the other person, and I want you to whisper to them, I love me.
I love me.
Let's do that again. Say, I love me.
I love me.
I love me. Say it again.
I love me.
I love me.
I love me.
Now I want you to say that again, but I want you to put some attitude with it. If you can put the hand on the hip, just say, I love me.
I love me.
I like that. Would you stand up and do that while this young lady?
I love me.
Do you hear me? Clap that up. Because it is very important that we love us.
Yes.
Sometimes as women, we have so much love to give.
Yes.
We love others. But we forget that mirror image. We forget to love us.
Yes.
And that was my situation from a child up. Something happened in my household that prohibited me, that stopped me, that blocked me from loving me. And see, when you don't have a love-love relationship with yourself, something happens in your development.
That's true.
You don't develop properly.
Yes.
And if I can use an illustration, when we are born, we're born whole, and after we get to a certain age, after we crawl, then we begin to walk. And if everything, the development has developed properly, when we walk, we can simply put one foot in front of the other.
Yes.
But with me, just to do the illustration, I had a drag. I had a limp. Because the love, the self-nurturing, the self-care was not there. And that drag followed me through the first 31 years of my life.
Wow.
Can you imagine 31 years? Every time you look in the mirror, you're ugly. Every time you walk, you stink.
Come on.
Look at you. They're looking at you because you're ugly.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you.
Come on.
No one cares. Every time something went wrong, it's my fault. I did it. It's because of me. When the bills couldn't get paid, when a fight broke out, when something went wrong with a situation that I had nothing to do with, it was my fault.
Yes.
I did it because I was a curse. I looked at myself as a martyr. I used to wonder all the time. I used to walk around and sometimes I would ask, I didn't really know God, but I would ask him, why me? Why? Why me? That was my thought.
Yeah.
Every day I needed to know why. Why was I born? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my focus? And one day it came clear to me. You are here to suffer. That's what I concluded. You are here to be abused. You are here. I placed you here to be stepped upon, to be mistreated, because you're nothing anyway. I made you nothing. This is the thought that I actually had in my mind for 31 years, that I was made to be a doormat. You see, because it started early on. It's something about when you grow up in a dysfunctional house, when you come from a family and a household. On the outside, it was normal. A mother and a father, 2 cars, 2-car garage, working, all of that. We had all of that. But my father was the type, he would get right up on me. And he'd just bend down and he'd look you square in the face. And he would tell me, you'll never be nothing. And he'd walk off. Then the next time I see him, he'd walk back. And he'd look, he said, I never believed that I could have a daughter as stupid as you. My God! And he'd walk off. Then he'd come back and he'd scratch his head. She said, yeah, I can tell. I'm looking. What can he tell? I can tell. You was dumb in school, wasn't you? Yeah, you was dumb. And he'd walk off. And I'd have to stand there. This is my father. So I believe that. This is my upbringing. This is my thought process. This is what I had to go off of on day to day. So I couldn't walk with the head up because I'm stupid.
All right.
Come on.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk with my head up because I'm the ugliest girl he'd ever seen in his life. This is what I grew up with. My thing was, how do you find the strength and the courage to raise your head up high? How do you find the strength and the courage to live? I needed to know. 31 years I searched. I searched in this bed. Couldn't find it there. I searched in that bed. It wasn't there. I went to the clubs all night long. It was never there. Went all the way overseas to Germany. Stayed in all them German clubs all night long, gambling, giving my money. It wasn't there. How do you find happiness when abuse is all you know?
Yes.
My situation, I grew up abused. And it didn't just stay in the home. Everywhere I went, we lived in an all-white neighborhood. I was the only black in the school. Well, it was 3, me and my 2 sisters. But in all of our classes, we were the only one. And when it was time for gym, and it was time for them to pick partners, if we had to practice basketball or any type of activity we had to pair up with, I was the last one standing each and every time. No one wanted the black girl. And when the teacher would finally say, you take it, the boy would usually run off crying, the girl would usually run off crying, and they would never pair with me. The end result was always, you just go sit down. There was no one there for me to fight for me and fend for me. So there I was again. It's true. Walk with that head down. That's your purpose in life. No other function for you but to be stepped upon, but to be abused. And this was my thought process. Miss Regina asked me to come today to do 2 things. To give you a small portion of my life, of my personal testimony, and how I came to be who I am. Yes. The second thing she asked me to do was to read a small segment out of my book that would correlate with her topic today of why do girls cry?
Come on.
And I thought about it because the title of the book is When Abuse is All You Know. And all I did was cry. For the first 31 years of my life, my face was riddled with tears. So the topic was quite easy. I had thousands and thousands of reasons why I cried. Molested, yes. Raped, yes. Beat up, yes. Abused, yes. Locked in closets, yes, all of that. But why do girls cry? Each one of us has a story to tell. Yeah. But I'm going to read a small portion from my book to explain one of the reasons, just one of the reasons why I cried. This particular segment, I actually copied it so I wouldn't have to try to hold the book, but this particular segment, I like to call it, Say It. He buried his thumbs more deliberately into my esophagus. Say it! I want to hear you say it. Say it. Hot Salty beads of sweat plunged from his face onto mine. I was hoping, praying even, that some of those hot, salty beads would fall onto my cracking, bleeding lips, maybe into my mouth. While I was laying there, waiting to die. This is your last chance. You better say it. Say it! I want to hear you say it. He loosened his thumbs just enough for me to let out a faint cough. And the saddest whimper of a cry that I'd ever let out in my life. Then I said it. Oh God, why? Why did I say it? Say it again! Oh, why? Say it! I want to hear you say it. Oh God. Why did I say it? I had walls and barriers in my mind to protect me from his attacks. But he got in. He infiltrated my protective barriers. I want to hear you say it. You better say it. I groaned deep within myself. I licked my lips and I said it again and again and again. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. He smiled. Then he laughed. Then he unzipped his pants. You're stupid, Teresa. You're stupid. Thank you.
Wow.
So, that's only a small reason why I cried. I had no self-worth, no self-value. I had nothing, no esteem. I had nothing. How does one move from nothing to something? How does that happen? For me, nobody but God.
All right now. Yes.
Nobody.
Yes, yes.
Give God a hand.
Yes.
Nobody but God. At 31 years old, he came into my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was standing at the top of the stairwell. All three of my children. One was still here. The other one was here. And the other one was here. And I was standing at the top of the stairwell. And my husband was standing down at the bottom of the stairwell, telling me, "You're void." V-O-I-D. Void. I'm out of here. And I thought to myself, don't let him go. Don't let him go. But as he turned and slammed that door shut, my awakening came. And I realized I cannot go on this way.
Wow.
At 31 years old, I put that hand on that hip. I shoot him off. You go. And from that day forward, the Spirit of God, with my own indomitable will to live, God has helped me and has given me strength and has provided every tool, every resource, everything that I need to not only survive, but thrive. Thrive. That's what he does for our lives. I don't know, I think my time is up. She said yes. God bless you.
All right, come on, give it up for her.
Thank you, Mrs. Collins, for that great demonstration from the insert of your book. You know what?